guys, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan here with a new setup video for my B6 Traveler's Notebook. So this was my setup for February using the December kit from the Planner Society, and this B6TN is from Print Pression, and I have loved this setup. I'm kind of sad to be moving out of it, but I just want to switch things up a bit. So I'm going to be moving things out of here and moving them into a new TN that I purchased from FlyLeafBookbinding. You can see this here, and this is a gorgeous B6 in rose gold. And the owner of FlyLeafBookbinding, Brianna, was just amazing. Her customer service was phenomenal. She was so easy to contact, so quick to get in touch with me in regards to my questions, and she made this exactly the way I wanted it. So it's got the flap that goes over, it has the silver threading, silver elastics, and then the secretarial pocket in the back. And I'm so excited to be switching into this because it's going to match so well. So well with the December kit from the Planner Society. So there's just a sneak peek of some of the stuff there. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is take all of the inserts and the dashboards out of my Print Pression Sea Mist. I'm a little sad to be taking it out, but at the same time, I'm really excited to get into the January kit from the Planner Society. So the first thing I do is slip the Happy Planner into the back pocket and take out the inserts that I'm going to use. And now I'm laying down the papers and seeing which of the vellum or acetate go with which pattern of the paper. So these are the 6 different patterns of the January kit, and I love them. And I love the different types of florals, but also the non-floral pattern paper. So here I'm just laying down what would look good with what, and even that in itself is a difficult decision because the way that a pattern paper can look through a piece of vellum is completely different depending on, even just the way it looks on its own, it looks completely different. So this is normally one of the first things I do is try to figure out which vellum will go with which paper. And I love that rose gold polka dot vellum because on one side it's rose gold and on the other side it's gold. So then the next thing I do is actually measure out my inserts. I lay them flat on top of the paper and then just measure out the lines as to where I'm going to cut. And this is my Fisker's blade. Now unfortunately it's not big enough for me to cut it lengthwise, so I have to fold my dashboard in half and then slice through. And I always try to leave a little bit of room around the dashboard so it's not exactly 5 by 7, it's slightly larger than that to accommodate for the size of the insert and the thickness of the insert. So you're going to see me do the same thing here. Just cutting with my blade. And lovely. So in this last insert, I made the mistake of using the measurement from the previous insert, not remembering that this last insert is actually a notebook from Michaels, so it's much thicker than the other 2 inserts. And what you're going to see me do here is that it's actually hanging over slightly, but that's fine. So the next thing I'm going to try and do is figure out what pieces I want to put on the front of the dashboards. I don't ever decorate the backs of the dashboards, I just decorate the front because I like leaving the back plain because that's the end of the insert for me. It's like the back of the book, leave it plain. So I'm looking through the different journaling cards here and trying to figure out what pattern of die cuts I'd like to lay down. And part of this process is really just playing around with the different papers and the different patterns and seeing what works well together. And it's not necessarily what someone else thinks works well together, but do it the way you like it. So this month I bought actually a couple of those, or a package of those tags from Michaels, and I've seen quite a few other planner babes doing this with their dashboards as well. It's taking the scrap pieces of paper left from the kit and using them as part of the decoration, and I thought that was such a great idea and a great way to be able to use up all of the kit. I love this quote there. It's like, throw kindness around like confetti. So just trying to place down the die cuts and seeing which works well. So I glue down the journaling card with a glue stick. And then with these adhesive raised squares, I place down the die cuts. And I liked using these raised squares because I almost like the 3D effect. They stand out a bit more. The overall effect is not as flat. And now I place the insert inside and move on to the next dashboard. I'm trying to figure out how I can use that doily and journaling card together. I love the pattern of this floral. I like the wood grain behind the florals. Trying to figure out, okay, which is the best way to use it. And really, part of this process is just putting things down, moving them around, trying them in different directions. And here I place down the polka dot paper vertically down the dashboard. And then I'm going to place the tag and the doily and then the journaling card on top like that. And then I decided maybe I'll go with the white background instead of the polka dot, and then I accidentally glued the wrong side, but then you know what? I actually like the way it turns out. So there's, you know, there's 3 different patterns here really. You've got the pattern of the paper, the tag, and then the polka dot. And I thought this die cut with the coat on it worked perfectly well. And then I'm going to place some washi tape up at the top of the journaling card and the bottom of the journaling card to add a bit more color, as if this dashboard is not colorful enough, but I thought it just needed a little bit more, you know, a little extra something. And then one more die cut in the corner opposite the other die cut. And again, I've used the raised adhesive so that it stands out a bit more. I think my favorite dashboard out of the 3. And then the last dashboard, I'm using this laser cut pocket from the November kit actually. And I love that I get to keep reusing this because it's also a functional piece rather than just decorative. So this last one, I'm trying to figure out how I can use the doily and how I can use the actual leftover strip of paper. And I like the way that the overall effect of the doily and the journaling card and then the laser cut pocket goes over it. I like the overall effect of it. Putting it down with some washi, and then I'm going to glue down the actual journaling card with the glue stick. Make sure that it is center, and then I lay a couple more die cuts around just to complete the overall effect, because to me that looks very plain. It's beautiful, but I want to add a couple of die cuts around. For me, adding the die cuts just adds that extra dimension, that extra thing to draw your eye to. And I feel like I could have added something else to this, but I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. And sometimes it's better to just stop and let go rather than try and play around with it too much. So just added a couple of stickers, and I think at this point I was like, nope, that's enough. And now here I'm taking the tabs, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted them on the sides or on the top, so I had to actually take out the TN and figure out what would work better. Would it work better on the sides or the top? And I realized that the TN actually has a flap that folds over just like that, so I feel like if I had placed the tabs on the side it would have ruined them. So I placed the tabs on the top for the first insert, which is my meal planning slash fitness tracker, and then the second insert is for my social media planner, so I use the YouTube and the Instagram labels for it. And I tried to make the tabs actually different from the pattern of paper that I used, just to add something different so that it's not all the same. Christy Tomlinson worked so hard on these kits that there's no way that you could really mismatch anything in this kit. So, you know, putting the polka dot with a different type of pattern still works so beautifully together. And this is a great kit to start off with if you have no idea how to decorate your traveler's notebook. And it doesn't have to be a traveler's notebook. There's the 3 dashboards. Love them. Oh, and I love the effect of the laser cut over it. So pretty. So now I'm deciding, I have to decide again which vellum and which acetate are going to go with which dashboard, because I forgot which one I chose in the beginning. So now I'm just cutting them down and then folding them over and then cutting them down again. And I actually don't decorate the acetate or the vellum because I feel like there's already so much decoration on the dashboards and I don't want to take away from that decoration. I like to keep things quite simple. But funny enough, my favorite dashboard out of the 3 is the one that has the most papers on it. And it's the one for my social media planner. So what you're seeing me do here is actually taking a hole punch and punching part of a hole or part of the corner off in the middle, and this will allow for your string of the elastic of the traveler's notebook to have go its way through the dashboard and the insert so that it's not wearing that dashboard down. So that you'll see me do that in all 3 of my dashboards and vellum and acetate. The pen that I'm using here is actually a Sharpie fine liner pen. The package said it wouldn't bleed, but I have used it on a couple of my 28-pound paper and it has bled through a little bit, but I wonder if that is more user error. So I'm trying to figure out, is there a way to decorate using the scrap pieces of vellum and acetate? So I go back to some of the dashboards and I think I could have, but I was getting to the point where I think, you know what, no, I will just keep it as is. And also at this point, I think my kids were going crazy in the other room, so I needed to wrap it up. So now I'm putting the inserts into the traveler's notebook. There are 6 elastics in this traveler's notebook. So the first insert that goes in is the notebook, and then I place a pen loop by Rhonda's Planner Accessories. Now there are pen loops that came with the January kit, but I haven't made them as of yet. I might do another video to show you how. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see. There's my second insert, and then there's the first insert. Absolutely love the way this looks overall. So now I've taken a couple of the adhesive pockets that were part of the December kit, and I love the pink and the blue. It still works really well together. So I thought I'd use this pocket to place down my sticky notes, and then in the back pocket is where I'm going to place the sticky notes that were from the December kit. And then placing the bow on the front. Just a quick flip through of my setup here. This little pearl on the spine is from Studio Signet, and these bookmarks are also from Studio Signet that I bought during the Planner Boss Collective sale. And there you see the adhesive pocket, and I love the effect that the vellum and the laser cut and the dashboard all have together. So this is my food tracker insert from Annie Plans Printables. And actually the two together, those 2 vellum and acetate together, looked really cool. And then my second dashboard, my favorite, with my social media insert from Annie Plans Printables. And the back of the dashboard there. And then the last dashboard for my notebook, which I got from Michael's. And the pen loop, and then my mini happy planner in the back. Along with the sticky notes. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and have yourselves a great day.